Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Danker, and today I want to continue talking about growth. If you joined me last time, I talked about taking that first step towards growth and what that looks like. Choosing to move into growth, and I used the analogy of taking a seed and choosing to plant it. That seed isn't going to produce anything if we just leave it on the shelf, but actually moving into that mindset of planting towards growth. So, continuing on with this analogy, I wanted to talk about what comes next. You know, after we have planted that seed, what are the expectations? What does that look like? So now, after we have chosen to walk forward in growth, we know that the day that we plant the seed is usually not the day that we reap a harvest, right? So, how do we sit in that? How do we move forward in growth, right? This can be really hard, that waiting time. A lot of times this is where I will give up. I'm not seeing results as fast as I would like. I feel like I'm putting in hard work and what's coming from it, right? So, first, I want to talk about after that seed is planted and it's still there, right? It's doing its thing. If I leave it there, if I don't pluck it out of the dirt, it will continue to move forward in this process. So, also, when I'm planting something, I'm not going to put it in an environment that is not healthy for it, right? I'm not going to feed it poison. I'm not going to set it out in an area where I know that there are animals, rabbits that could potentially eat the leaves that are starting to bloom, right? So, this is where I want to switch it and turn and talk about the practical application of this. So, when I'm working towards growth, let's just say I'm working towards forgiveness. I decided this is what I'm going to plant because the crop is that I want is forgiveness. So, one, I can't plant a tomato seed and expect to have watermelon, right? So I cannot be planting resentment and expect for forgiveness to come out of that. So that's the first thing, is being aware of what I'm actually working towards. And then the second thing is, what's the environment that I'm putting myself in? Is this going to cultivate the things that I want to come out of my life? If I am putting myself in positions where maybe I'm not working towards forgiveness, actually I'm working against it. And so that looks like kind of digging up that seed that's kind of started to sprout. And that's going to delay that whole process, right? So, also feeding into it. When we plant something, we usually give it nutrients. We give it what it needs. We're not putting poison into it. So, my challenge is like, how is that looking in your life? Are you, one, planting what you want to harvest? Two, are you putting yourself in environments that are conducive for the growth that you want? And then three, what are you feeding yourself? Your mind, what situations are you putting yourself in that might hinder this whole process of growth? So I just want to also encourage you to stick with the process, remembering that harvest will come if we keep working towards it, but it usually is not going to be today, the day that we plant the seed. We might start to see little sprigs spring up, but the fruit might take a little bit longer to cultivate. So anyway, I hope you felt encouraged today by this little message, and I'm just really excited to share these things with you. This is something I'm really passionate about, and thank you for joining me. And also stay tuned next week. Diane will be talking, and have a great day.